Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about a simple yet powerful principle: trust in your prayers. Now, I know some of y'all might be thinking, well, what does that really mean? It means having unwavering faith that your prayers are heard, that they are working, and that the universe is aligning itself to bring about what you desire. Let me tell you something about the incredible power that lies within faith and persistence. When you truly trust in your prayers, you're tapping into a source of strength that can move mountains. Faith is the foundation of every great achievement, and persistence is what keeps you going when the road gets rough. Together, they form a dynamic duo that can turn your dreams into reality. You see, prayer is more than just words spoken into the air. It's a declaration of belief that what you desire is already on its way. It's an act of trusting that the universe has your back, that your higher power is listening and responding, even if you don't see immediate results. Many times, people give up too soon because they don't see the answers right away. They pray once or twice and then forget about it, thinking their prayers aren't being answered. But real faith requires persistence. It's about showing up every day, standing firm in your belief, and continuing to pray and work toward your goals. When you trust in your prayers, you understand that divine timing is different from your timing. Sometimes, what you want may not come exactly when you expect, but that doesn't mean it's not coming. It simply means that it's being prepared for you in the perfect moment. That's where persistence comes in. Keep praying, keep believing, even when you don't see visible signs of progress. The power of faith and persistence also teaches us patience. Patience is the bridge between prayer and manifestation. It's the acknowledgement that some things take time to materialize. Think about the process of planting a seed. You don't plant it and expect an apple tree to grow overnight. You water it, nurture it, and trust that it will grow in its own time. The same applies to your prayers. Trusting in your prayers means understanding that what you've asked for is already on its way, even if you don't see it yet. It's about having confidence that your efforts, combined with divine guidance, will produce what you desire. Moreover, trusting in your prayers helps build resilience. Life will throw obstacles your way, no doubt about it. But when you believe in the power of your prayers, you develop a mindset that refuses to give up. You understand that setbacks are simply part of the process. Every no, every delay, is an opportunity to grow stronger in your faith. You start to see failures not as defeats but as lessons that prepare you for your next step. When your faith is rooted in trust, you realize that nothing can truly derail your destiny because your prayers are a declaration of your belief in a better tomorrow. This belief fuels your persistence, pushing you forward even when things seem impossible. In the end, the power of faith and persistence is what transforms ordinary hopes into extraordinary realities. When you trust in your prayers, you're essentially telling the universe, "I believe in this with every fiber of my being." And that belief, that unwavering trust, is what sets the wheels of manifestation in motion. It's about understanding that your words carry energy, and that energy has the power to create new opportunities, open doors, and bring your dreams to life. So, never underestimate the power of your faith. Never stop praying, never stop believing, and never stop trusting that your prayers are working, because they are. And when you combine that trust with consistent action, there's nothing you can't accomplish. When we talk about trusting in your prayers, it's essential to understand that prayer is more than just a one-sided request. It's a conversation with a higher power, a divine dialogue that requires patience, faith, and understanding. Many times, people expect their prayers to be answered immediately, and when they aren't, they become disillusioned or discouraged. But the truth is, prayer is a process, an unfolding journey that involves divine timing, growth, and a deepening of faith. Recognizing this process is key to maintaining trust and patience, knowing that what you seek is on its way, even if you can't see it right now. Understanding the process means realizing that your prayers are not just about asking for what you want but about aligning your heart and mind with your true purpose. When you pray, you're planting seeds of intention, hope, and belief. Those seeds need time to grow. Just like a farmer plants a crop and waits patiently for it to mature, so too must you wait for your prayers to manifest. Sometimes, the answers come in unexpected ways or through different avenues than you anticipated. That's why it's so important to trust the process, because divine guidance often works behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances in ways that you may not immediately understand. Trusting the process also involves surrendering control and letting go of the need to micromanage every detail of how and when your prayers will be answered. It's about having faith that the universe knows what's best for you, even when your human mind can't see the full picture. When you pray, you're expressing your desires, but what happens after that is a dance of divine timing and divine wisdom. Sometimes, delays are simply opportunities for your character to develop, for your faith to deepen, or for you to gain clarity about what you truly need. It's not a sign that your prayers aren't being heard. Rather, it's an indication that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring about the best outcome for you. Understanding the process requires patience, but it also calls for active trust. Trust that every step, every delay, and every turn in your journey is part of a greater plan. Sometimes, what you want might not be what's best for you in the long run, and trusting the process means accepting that what is happening now is leading you toward your highest good. It's about having confidence that even if your prayers aren't answered in the way you expected, they are being answered in the way that's ultimately best for your growth and fulfillment. This perspective helps you to remain grounded and optimistic, even during challenging times. Because when you understand that prayer is a process, you realize that patience isn't passive but active. It's about trusting that your actions, combined with divine guidance, will align at the right time and place. It's about holding on to hope, knowing that every prayer sent out is like a boomerang. What you send out with faith and trust will eventually come back to you, often in ways you never imagined. When you see prayer as a process, you stop rushing and start appreciating the beauty of divine timing. You learn to celebrate small victories and breakthroughs along the way because they are signs that your prayers are being answered, just not necessarily in the way or time you initially envisioned. In this understanding, you become more patient, more trusting, and more aligned with the flow of life. You recognize that the journey of prayer is as important as the answer itself. Every step, every moment of waiting, is a part of your spiritual growth. Trusting in this process transforms your perspective from one of impatience to one of peace and confidence. It's a reminder that you are not alone in this journey, that divine wisdom is working for your good, and that with faith and patience, your prayers will manifest in a way that surpasses even your highest expectations. When you set out to trust in your prayers, understanding the vital roles of faith and patience becomes absolutely essential. Faith is the anchor that keeps you grounded during times of uncertainty, while patience is the vehicle that carries you through the waiting period. Together, they form a powerful pair that sustains your belief and keeps your spirit resilient, even when circumstances seem challenging or when results are delayed. Faith is not just a passive belief, it is an active trust that what you desire is already working in the unseen realm. It's the inner knowing that, although you may not see immediate proof, your prayers are heard and are in the process of manifesting. Patience, on the other hand, is often misunderstood as mere waiting. But true patience is far more dynamic. It involves maintaining a positive outlook, holding on to your faith, and continuing to act in alignment with your prayers, even when the physical evidence isn't yet apparent. Patience requires you to remain calm and composed, trusting that divine timing is perfect, and that everything is unfolding as it should. It's about cultivating a state of inner peace that keeps your spirit aligned with your goals, rather than becoming anxious or discouraged by temporary setbacks. When you practice patience, you're essentially affirming your trust in a higher plan, knowing that the universe is orchestrating circumstances behind the scenes for your highest good. Faith and patience are interconnected, one fuels the other. Without faith, patience can become a passive endurance that leads to frustration. But with faith, patience becomes a powerful act of trust, a conscious choice to remain confident in the unseen. When you believe wholeheartedly in the power of your prayers, you're sending a message to the universe that you trust the timing and the process. This unwavering trust is what sustains you during times of delay or difficulty. It's the inner strength that helps you withstand doubts and fears, reminding you that setbacks are often temporary and that divine support is always present. Practicing faith and patience also involves surrender. Surrendering means releasing the need to control every aspect of the outcome, allowing divine wisdom to guide the process. It's about acknowledging that you don't have all the answers and trusting that what's meant for you will come at the right moment and in the right way. When you surrender, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and anxiety, making space for miracles to unfold naturally. This act of surrender, rooted in faith, opens your heart to receive abundance and aligns your energy with your desires. Furthermore, faith and patience help you develop resilience. Life will inevitably present obstacles, uncertainties, and delays, but trusting in your prayers gives you the strength to persevere. You come to see challenges not as signs of failure but as opportunities for growth and learning. Every experience along your journey serves to deepen your faith and strengthen your patience. As you continue to trust the process, you cultivate a mindset that is optimistic and confident, knowing that the universe is always working in your favor, even when the evidence isn't immediately visible. In this way, faith and patience become a spiritual practice that transforms your outlook on life. They teach you to remain hopeful and steadfast, knowing that your prayers are working even in the silence of waiting. As you nurture these qualities within yourself, you align more fully with the flow of divine energy, making it easier for your desires to manifest. The combination of faith and patience creates a state of inner harmony that sustains you through every phase of your journey, reminding you that trust in divine timing is one of the most powerful tools you possess in turning your prayers into reality. One of the most significant challenges you may face when trusting in your prayers is overcoming doubt and fear. These emotional barriers can quietly creep into your mind and heart, undermining your confidence and blocking the flow of divine energy. Doubt whispers that your prayers might not be answered, that your desires are impossible, or that you're not worthy of receiving blessings. Fear, on the other hand, often stems from concerns about failure, loss, or the unknown future, creating a sense of insecurity that can paralyze your progress. Recognizing these feelings is the first step toward overcoming them, because awareness allows you to address and transform negative thoughts into positive, faith-filled beliefs. Doubt and fear are natural human responses, especially considering the uncertainties of life. But they are also illusions that diminish your power and disconnect you from divine support. When doubt takes hold, it sows seeds of uncertainty that can cause you to question whether your prayers will be answered or whether you are truly deserving of abundance. Fear acts as a barrier that prevents you from fully opening your heart to receive. It's important to understand that these feelings often stem from past experiences, limiting beliefs, or societal conditioning, but they do not have to define your reality. You have the ability to choose faith over fear and to replace doubt with trust. One effective way to overcome doubt and fear is to actively practice affirmations that reinforce your belief in the divine process. Repeating positive affirmations like, "I trust that everything is working out for my highest good," or, "I am worthy of all the blessings I seek," helps reprogram your subconscious mind and build confidence in divine timing. Consistent affirmation trains your thoughts to focus on possibilities rather than limitations, fostering a mindset rooted in trust rather than suspicion. Another powerful approach is to recall past instances where your prayers were answered or where you experienced unexpected blessings. Remembering these moments serves as proof that the universe is responsive and supportive, reinforcing your faith and dispelling doubts. Visualization is another potent tool in overcoming fear and doubt. By vividly imagining yourself already in possession of what you desire, you activate the creative power of your mind and align your energy with your goals. When you see yourself living your dreams, feeling the joy and gratitude associated with their realization, you strengthen your belief that they are attainable. This mental practice helps diminish fear of failure because you're focusing on the positive outcome rather than potential obstacles. It's also essential to cultivate a sense of surrender and trust in divine timing. Understand that some doubts and fears arise from the need for control, a desire to know exactly how and when everything will unfold. Surrendering involves releasing this need and trusting that the universe has a perfect plan for you, even if it's not immediately. Meditation, prayer, or mindfulness practices can help quiet your mind and foster a sense of inner peace, making it easier to release doubts and fears. When you create space for calmness and clarity, you allow divine guidance to flow freely, replacing anxiety with confidence. Building a community of supportive like-minded individuals can also bolster your faith and help you combat doubts. Sharing your intentions and receiving encouragement from others who believe in the power of prayer can uplift your spirit and remind you that you are not alone on your journey. Speaking your fears aloud in a safe environment often diminishes their power, especially when paired with affirmations and positive reinforcement. Ultimately, overcoming doubt and fear is a continuous process that requires patience, self-compassion, and persistent effort. Recognize that these emotions are part of the human experience, but they do not have to control your life. By consciously choosing faith over fear, reaffirming your trust in divine wisdom, and practicing positive mental habits, you strengthen your connection to the divine and open your heart to receive the blessings you seek. Remember, every time you choose faith in the face of doubt, you are affirming your divine right to abundance, peace, and joy.